Hello everyone. I'm Dr. Prajna Mattihalli, who is working in Government First Grade College, Kittur. In this video, I'm going to discuss about the liquidation of companies. As you know very well, Rani Channamma University has scheduled this chapter as the last unit in the subject Company Regulations and Business Decisions. Dear students, this chapter is important from the point of view of examination and also as far as the knowledge of companies is concerned. I'm going to discuss this unit with the help of Indian Companies Act. Here, first let us understand what is liquidation. Liquidation or winding up is the legal process by which a company's existence is brought to an end. That means company is getting closed. It is stopping its activities through a legal process. During this process, the assets of the company are collected and sold, liabilities are paid off, and the remaining amount is distributed among shareholders. So, whatever assets the company is having, it will be sold out, and the amount will be paid first to the liabilities, then remaining amount will be distributed among the shareholders. Finally, company is dissolved according to the provisions of Companies Act 2013 and the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016. Here, first let us understand the meaning of liquidation. Liquidation is also called as winding up. That means it's a legal process through which company's life is ended. Its assets are collected and used to pay debt and liabilities. After settling the liabilities, remaining assets are distributed among the shareholders and the company is dissolved. Company is no more now. It is ended. It is finally closed down. So, under the Companies Act 2013, liquidation refers to the process of closing down a company and administering its assets for the benefit of creditors and members. The company continues as a legal entity only for the purpose of winding up until dissolution. Means the last step of the dissolution, when gets ended, the company is also closed down. What is the definition for liquidation? Liquidation is the process of closing the business, selling company assets, paying creditors, distributing surplus among the members. So, totally, what we have done, this is dissolving the company legally. Why we are doing so? Objectives of liquidation. What are the liquidation objectives? First one is to settle liabilities of the company. Second one, to protect the interest of creditors and shareholders. Third one, to realize company assets. Fourth one, to legally dissolve the company. So these are the objectives of liquidation. Then how we are doing this process? What are the methods or modes? Here, modes of liquidation are classified as compulsory liquidation, voluntary liquidation. Here, voluntary liquidation is of two types. Here, members' voluntary liquidation and creditors' voluntary liquidation. And third one is liquidation under tribunal supervision. So basically, compulsory liquidation, voluntary liquidation, tribunal liquidation. And voluntary liquidation is of two types. One is members voluntary, another one is creditors voluntary. Let us understand this one by one. First one, compulsory liquidation. It's also called as by tribunal or court. Company is wound up by the tribunal when ordered by the National Company Law Tribunal. It is called as NCLT. So, grounds for compulsory, when the compulsory liquidation takes place, that is first one, company when it is unable to pay debts. Next one is acting against sovereignty or public interest, fraudulent or unlawful activities, default in filing financial statements. Tribunal considers it just and equitable. That means when the company, if there is any malpractices, if it is against the public interest, then compulsorily it has to close down. Fraudulent or unlawful activities, that means which is against the law, which is not fair, which is against the rules and regulations. When some frauds are taken place, some mischievous activities are taken place. Default in filing financial statements means regularly company is not filing balance sheet. It is not preparing profit and loss account. It is not submitting the accounts. Tribunal considers it just and equitable. Tribunal NCLT feels that better to close the company. It's not good. It's not doing good. Then compulsory liquidation takes place. What are the features of compulsory liquidation? It is ordered by tribunal. Official liquidator has to be appointed. One person who knows rules and regulations, who is good in all these kinds of activities, who is having knowledge of the law, will be appointed as official liquidator. Company loses control over management. See, these are the three features. And next, let us understand what is voluntary. First, we have understood what is compulsory liquidation. Now we are understanding what is voluntary liquidation. I have already mentioned you that voluntary liquidation is of two types. One is when liquidation is initiated by members. Second one is it is initiated by creditors. Here, no tribunal intervention is there. It is voluntary. Members are willing to close down it, or creditors are willing to close down it. See, consequences. What happens when the liquidation takes place? So when company gets down, when a company is locked down, when company is ended, what happens? Here, liquidation is one thing which closed down the company. Because of this, the effects will be of five types. First one, effects on company. Second one, effects on employees. Third one, effects on legal proceedings. Fourth one, effects on shareholders. Fifth one, effect on creditors. Let us understand one by one. First one, effects on company. Here, the effect on company is listed down in four types. That is, business operations gradually stop. When company gets down, all the business activities, trading activities or manufacturing activities or whatever the business are going on, they are gradually they will get stopped. Nothing activity will be undertaken. So powers of directors, when there is no company, so there is no meaning in directors or their powers. They will be seized, they will be stopped. Company continues only for winding up purposes. So company is not doing any business. It is stopped. And after completion of winding up purpose, company will be finally closed down. Then corporate existence ends after dissolution. Corporate existence, that means the existence of company, its business operations, everything gets ended. This is the effect on company. Effects on employees. What happens to the employees? So employees may lose employment. Definitely they will lose their employment. Then when the company itself is closed down, then their jobs will be ended. Their salaries will be ended. Their facilities will be ended. They will be unemployed. They have to search for new jobs. compensation paid according to law. So, according to the legal instructions, all the employees will be given with the compensation, but it takes place after the all the processes are taken place. So, what is the effect on creditors? Creditors means they have given money to the company in the form of loan or in the form of debentures. What happens to them? Creditors can claim dues. They will be asking for their money, and secured creditors get priority. Afterwards, unsecured creditors uh, will be coming. So, first priority will be given to the secured creditors, and their loan will be resolved. And after them, then there is the question of unsecured creditor. What are the effects on shareholders? So, share when the company itself is getting closed, shareholders receive remaining assets after debts are paid. First thing, the assets are to be sold out, then liabilities are to be paid off. Then finally, if there is some money as a balance, it will be distributed among the shareholders. What are the effects on legal proceedings? Legal proceedings means pending cases in the court against the company. What happens to them? Pending suits may be stayed or controlled by tribunal. Here afterwards, there is no company, so company is not in existence. Therefore, that tribunal itself will look after the cases. So, after understanding the different methods of liquidation, now let us understand who is the liquidator. An official liquidator is a person appointed to conduct the liquidation proceedings. He is appointed to look after liquidation process. And here, how he will be appointed? Appointed by the tribunal or central government. He may be a government officer, chartered accountant, company secretary, advocate, or insolvency professional. So, he may be a government officer. Sometimes he may be a chartered accountant. Otherwise, company secretary, or he may be advocate. He may be an advocate or insolvency professional. Circumstances means at which circumstance this appointment takes place. In compulsory winding up, definitely there will be one liquidator. When tribunal orders liquidation, the tribunal appoints the liquidator. In cases requiring independent administration, we will appoint the liquidator. So, what is the eligibility? Who can become the liquidator? The liquidator may be a chartered accountant who has passed CA, company secretary, that means who has passed the company secretary exam, cost accountant, that is the person who passes ICWA exams, or advocate who has got the knowledge of law, insolvency professional. By professional, he undertakes insolvency or winding up works. So he is having the knowledge of doing all such activities. Therefore, he can become the liquidator or experienced officer, body corporate can also be acted as a liquidator. Duties of liquidator. What does he do? What are the duties? What are the works undertaken by the liquidator? First thing, he takes custody of assets. He prepares statement of affairs. He realizes, that means he sells off the assets, and he makes payment of liabilities. Then he maintains proper accounts. Then he invests company affairs. He conduct meetings also. He distributes the surplus and submit the report. The report means liquidation report. What are all the things happened? What he did, for how much money he sold the assets, for how much amount of liabilities he paid off, what is the balance, everything will be revealed in the form of a report. Then finally he applies for dissolution. After all such activities, he applies for dissolution. So take custody of assets means It is the section 283 says that as per section 283, a liquidator undertakes this activity of custody of company assets. That means all the properties, books of accounts, records, cash and assets. So these all are the company assets and he takes the custody of these assets. Then he prepares a report to tribunal according to section 281. He submits a preliminary report selling. So in this report, he gives the statement that how many assets are there, how many liabilities are there, what is the capital structure of the company, what are the causes of failure, and if any fraud is taken place, he mentions that also, and he submits. Settlement of list of contributors. That means he prepares a list of shareholders liable to contribute to company assets. This work he undertakes according to section 285. Then he realizes that means he sells off the assets. He sell movable and immovable properties to the company, properties of the company, and he collects the money. Then out of this amount, he pays the debts, it is the liabilities. So according to statutory priority means as per the law, as per the rules, which has to be first paid, that is cost of liquidation is to be paid first. Then he has to pay to the secured creditors. The word secure itself says that these creditors have the security. So when the security is sold, that money has to be paid to the creditor. Then comes preferential creditors. They have got the preferential rights over the unsecured creditors. Therefore, preferential creditors are to be paid. Then at the end comes the unsecured creditors. So the word itself says that they are unsecured. They don't have any security. They don't have any preference also. Therefore, their turn is at the end. So unsecured creditors are to be paid. Then at the end, after all such creditors' payment, finally comes it is the turn of shareholders. If anything is left out, that has to be distributed among the shareholders. Then he maintains proper accounts. As per section 294 of the Indian Companies Act, he maintains accurate books and submit periodic statements. He conducts meetings. What types of meetings he conducts? He call meetings of creditors. That means in the creditors meeting, he says who are unsecured creditors, who are secured creditors, who are preferential creditors, whom he will distribute the money first, then whose turn comes and who is at the end. All such points will be discussed in creditors meeting. Then contributors, they are the shareholders, of course. Contributors means who has brought the capital. They are called as shareholders also. And members, if any members are there in the company, their meetings are also to be conducted. And here it is the final duty of him, that is removal of liquidator. So he is functioning, we have understood. What are the qualifications? We have understood. Now, how he will be removed? Is there any chance of removing the liquidator? Yes. The tribunal may remove a liquidator for misconduct. That means he undertakes the activity not according to the law. That is misconduct. He does some fraud again. So that is not good. So he will be removed. Negligence. He doesn't follow the rules. He doesn't act as per the law. Then it is called as negligence and he will be removed. Conflict of interest. That means he makes some partiality. He favors some people and for that he breaks down the rules. He undertakes the activity against the rules. Then it is conflict of interest and he will be removed. So this is how we have understood this unit of liquidation. My dear students, I have prepared several videos on each and every topic of this subject, that is company regulations and business decisions. So please just go through my channel and you subscribe. Better you subscribe the channel and watch all the videos, take the benefit of it, and I wish you all the success in the examination and also successful future. So I am here to receive any kind of suggestions about my videos, and I will improve my videos for your benefit. Thank you.